You don't like me, do you?
Oh, no, I like you a lot.
Prove it.
Now, They're Playing with Fire is a 1984 horror thriller that tells the story of how a sexy but very married college professor seduces her student, which spirals into a web of deceit and murder. Here are 5 reasons you should watch this movie. Reason number 1, Diane.
Well, come on. You'll have to come and get it.
Now, Diane Stevens is a gorgeous but very married college professor who is tired of living the simple life. She wants more. The lifestyle, the glitz, the glamour, but she's married to her psychology professor husband who has a rich mother and grandmother. But while unable to get her hands on the money, she creates a plan to get the money sooner.
What's the catch, Diane?
I want you to do me a favor.
Reason number 2, Michael.
Look, I want that money as much as you, but we've got to be patient.
Now, Professor Michael Stevens is the husband of the sexy yet cunning Diane. Though his mother and grandmother are loaded, he can't get his hands on the money, but he's willing to let them die off and receive his inheritance. But he's a man who's in love with a dangerous woman. Now, needing to make her happy, they create a plan that involves using a student to scare his mom and grandmother, which will allow them to put them in a nursing home, thus giving him and Diane control of the family's fortune.
If anything goes wrong, if they find out what we're up to, we'll lose it all.
Reason number 3, Jay.
Let's just be friends, okay?
You're playing with fire, Jay.
Now, Jay Richard is a young, naive college student of Diane Stevens. Because he comes across as reserved and trusting, he is approached by Diane to help her while he's at work. But this help involves some perks for Jay. Now, Diane uses her feminine wiles to seduce Jay to get him to scare her in-laws. His goal is to pose as a burglar and scare the mom and grandmother Stevens out of the house. Then Diane and her husband will be in control of the family's money while sending the elder Stevenses to a nursing home. But while on this mission, Lillian, Michael's mom, chases after Jay with her shotgun, almost shooting him, thus thwarting their plans. Reason number 4, murder.
God help us.
Shortly after scaring off Jay with her shotgun, Lillian and her mom Letty are shot and killed by a masked assailant. That's when even more chaos ensues. Diane and Michael starts to suspect Jay, thinking he killed their family. Jay, knowing that he's innocent, starts to suspect Diane and Michael, believing him to be the victim of a setup. This movie then becomes a sudden whodunit, as no one can trust each other, going as far to even include George, the gardener, who has a romantic history with Lillian. But as Jay sets out to get closer to the truth, more and more bodies starts to turn up, including his college classmate and girlfriend, Cynthia. Reason number 5, sex and seduction.
I really shouldn't do this.
Now, Diane has a way with men. Now, if she's good enough to convince her husband to steal from his family, poor Jay has no chance. So a good portion of this movie is Diane using her powers for evil. If she wants a favor from Jay, she sleeps with him. If she wants to keep him from calling the cops, she sleeps with him. If she wants to make both Jay or Michael believe that she's on their side, you guessed it, she sleeps with them. And while trying to track down a mass killer, this movie also turns into a love triangle with deadly consequences. So, who's the killer? Your guess is as good as mine. Now, in the end, They're Playing with Fire is a unique presentation. It presents itself like a love triangle gone wrong, but a better description would be a forbidding passion mixed with a whodunit slasher movie. Now, if that sounds like a mouthful, that's because it is. This movie doesn't boast the best kills outside of the mom and grandmother, but it has a high body count and uses a lot of slasher ideas. I mean, you have a college student getting an all-you-can-eat buffet with his hot teacher, a literal dream for any young boy. And the teacher is played by Sybil Danning, who spends the majority of this movie without clothes. And even when she has clothes on, the clothes themselves are struggling to stay on. But to bring this concept to modern terms, it's like a college kid getting to sleep with Scarlett Johansson. So there's very little he won't do for her when he knows that she's the prize. And of course, I highly recommend this movie. And until next time, when CEDtalks horror.